Hey everybody, welcome to Freedom Through Fitness. My name is Teresa Schrader. Danny and I have teamed up to run this coach sneak peek together so that you guys can find out everything there is to know about Beachbody coaching. If you have any questions at all throughout this, save them and we will post a graphic for you to ask those questions to, and we will answer everything. But first, let me share a little bit about my story and how I got started as a coach. It was about 4.5 years ago. I had just got the clearance to work out from my doctor after having my son, and I just felt stuck. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know how I would get to classes like I had been doing prior to having him. I knew I wouldn't be able to go to the gym because I didn't have childcare all the time. There was just all these new factors in losing that postpartum weight that had me feeling stuck. So I actually was approached by a stranger that had never talked to me before on Instagram, and she asked me if I wanted to jump in with this new program that just launched. It was 30 minutes long. You could do it from your house. It was called Insanity Max 30. And I was like, why don't you send me the details? So she sent me over the details, and I had a little bit of a pushback on Shakeology. The reason being is I was breastfeeding. I'd never had a meal replacement shake before, and the protein shake that I did drink tasted like absolute chalk, and I didn't want to spend the money on Shakeology. I was also on maternity leave, and if you've ever been on maternity leave, you know it's really not the time to be spending a lot of cash, right? So anyways, after a debate with myself and looking up ingredients, and I actually took the entire bag of Shakeology to my OBGYN appointment, and I had him look it over. And he was like, everything in here looks great. Like, I actually encourage you to drink this. It's like, even while I'm breastfeeding? And he's like, yes. So I started drinking Shakeology. I started doing 30-minute at-home workouts from my living room with my little one next to me. And within 2 weeks, I felt like a different person. I felt this weight lifted off of me where I could finally see where I was going. I felt confident because I had proven to myself, I can do this. This is something I can do with my baby at home, at night, in the morning, whenever, because I was doing them in my living room. I also felt good drinking Shakeology because it was the one meal a day I didn't have to think about, and I could just blend it up and drink it, and it was actually really good. So I got rid of the chalky protein shake I was drinking before, and I really buckled down. A little bit into my challenge group, I realized I wanted to be able to do this for other people. So the one big misconception about Beachbody coaching is that you have got to be obsessed with working out, or you have to be extremely healthy and have all these certifications, right? Wrong. I did not have a transformation story when I started. I was actually at my heaviest weight. So by me showing up and starting to slowly share my journey on an Instagram page, people started watching me, and they saw me showing up, and they saw me with my little baby next to me, and they saw a little bit of themselves in what I was doing. What Beachbody coaching is people being authentic, sharing the real struggles and the real wins of being a busy working woman, maybe a mom, maybe not, but you still show up for yourselves, and people see themselves in your story once you start sharing it. So one misconception, and we'll go into more of these as we go, is you don't have to be perfect to be a coach. You don't have to be at your goal weight, and you don't have to know everything there is to know, because our team, lucky for you, has a ton of information and training that will help you succeed. And honestly, I failed forward. I hadn't done all of our workout programs. I had only done a few weeks of Insanity Max 30, and we have hundreds, right? So I just went with what I knew, and I kept sharing my 30-minute workouts that left me drenched in my living room, on my porch, on my screen porch, with my little guy next to me. And mom started reaching out and asking what I was doing and if they could do it too. That's the great thing about being a coach, is that once you start, you're coach of yourself. Then you become coach of others. So I was then able to, when people would ask me what I was doing, I had the equipment and the tools in my toolbox to be able to help them come with me and do it with me. So that's a really cool thing about coaching. Fast forward about a year into my coaching journey, I was actually able to put in my 2-week notice at my full-time job. And when I welcomed my second child into the world, I did not have to take a maternity leave. I was now a full-time coach that could work from home, keep my baby home with me as long as I wanted to. I wasn't rushed to send her back to daycare at 6, 7, 8 weeks old, like many people are. And that was one thing that I had envisioned for myself and something that I really wanted, but I didn't know how I would get there. Another thing about Beachbody coaching is that this is your vehicle to get you to where you see yourself going. If I would be where I was when I started coaching, I would still be going to a 9-to-5 job that left me stressed out, unfulfilled, miserable, and it left me really dreading going to work every day when I drop my kids off, right? Now I get to design my days. I get to be able to say yes more. I don't love talking about money, but financially, this has really changed my life as well. So I use Beachbody coaching as a vehicle to get me in shape and also now have a trickle effect of being able to help thousands of women also do the same thing and start businesses of their own that bring in extra income so that they can get a guilt-free pedicure, that they can grab coffee with girlfriends without having to ask their husband for money or dig into their weekly paycheck, right? I know so many people that are paycheck to paycheck, and it's not because they want to be, it's because they don't know what else to do or there isn't anything else available to them. I personally live in a really small town, and when I was in my first job after college, I had a decent job, but I would constantly sit there thinking, what is next? Where do I go from here? What else, like in my next step in my career, would make me happy? And that feeling just never went away. And then I went into the mortgage industry because I could work part-time from home and part-time from the office. But then even there, the grass wasn't greener on the other side. And it was totally uncharted territory for me. And I can tell you what, I am just not somebody who does well, like under pressure, and like other people's like last minute emergencies became my emergencies. And I took on the stress of that as well. And it was just really hard. And again, from there, I was like, where do I go from here? What is next? I know that I'm capable of so much more. That's when I really dug into my personal journey with Beachbody, started sharing, kept sharing. When people would ask me, I would invite them to do it with me. When people would continuously watch me, I would extend an invite for them to do it with me as well. And together, I've linked arms with thousands of women who have now been able to change their finances for their family, change their own physical journey with Beachbody, get into the best shape of their lives and pay that forward to other people. So that's my story. That's just a little glimpse of what this opportunity has done for me. And now I want to go into what you can expect from the rest of this group, and then our expectations of you and how we will be choosing the women in this group that we want to partner with on our team. So expectations of you. As a coach, the best coaches are the ones that are 2 feet in the water. So maybe right now you've joined this group and you're really nervous and you don't know if it's for you, you don't really know much about it, but something pulled you to sign up or to click swipe up, or somehow you ended up in this group. I want you to embrace that. I want you to listen to that voice inside of you that said, I want to try this out. I want to see what it's about. And we want you to be 2 feet in. We will be watching participation in this group, and that is how we will choose who to partner with. A lot of people sign up to be coaches, and then they just kind of sit on the sidelines. We want to work with women who are ready to make a change. We want to work with women who know that their current circumstances are not going to look the same a year from now. We want to work with women who are in it. We want you to like and comment on all the videos that you see in here, and we want you to be enthusiastic. If you have questions, we want you to ask them. We made this group for you so we could tell you all there is you need to know about coaching, and we cannot wait to sign you up on Saturday. So again, be present, be 2 feet in, rip that Band-Aid off, take down those walls, and just be here. Be here with us, and we can't wait to see where this goes. All right, guys, nice to meet you. Danny's video will be next. That will be tomorrow, and we will see you later on in a later video. Talk to you later.